Hey Josh. Yeah, things have been good, just super busy and exhausting. Hope all is well with you. I figure I'd jump on here, give it a few minutes for see if any more jump in before I start talking. But I was supposed to post a bit. Wow, put those two words together really fast. Post a video this weekend, but I've been in Canada all weekend with bad service. I just got service, so that didn't happen. So I'm gonna have to post it when I get home, because I gotta drive the rest of the way home. Can't do all that while I'm driving. So I thought I'd come on here and kind of tell you guys that because I know I said I was going to post one this weekend, and I have it. It's not going to get posted with the bad service. So it takes long enough as it is on a phone to post a video. So I figured I'd just kind of jump on here, explain that, and then I tell you guys where I've been, what's been going on. You'll hear this again basically in the video I post, but basically when I parked the hot shot setup back in June, the beginning of June, well, it was like towards the end of June, because I got in the truck at like the last week of June. July was basically me just trying to get things rolling with the semi setup, and it was a really rough month. July was horrible. So one, I didn't make any good content for you guys. I think I didn't do like I lost money all July. Like I lost money. I didn't move much freight because I've had my MC for over 6 months, but when I got into the semi with a reefer trailer with hauling produce, a lot of those brokers that I was already using for the hot shot flatbed freight, they wanted multiple loads already done for them to, because produce is insurance wise is higher and it's more expensive if something were to go wrong, if the reefer were to break down, and if I were to lose all that produce, that's a high bill for the insurance to pay out. So it was a rough month in July. That's all I gotta say. So I lost a lot of money, which hurt me, because then August comes around. I was already going to not work half of August because I had to go up to Alaska for my sister-in-law's wedding. So I was like, well, do I keep burping? Do I just not go, which is horrible, and just keep working because I need to start paying bills because I'm behind now? Or do I run a few loads, and then when it's time to fly out to Alaska, fly out with my wife and my kid, and just hope for the best, and God, pray to God, like, hey, putting it in your hands, man. I don't know what else to do. And that's what I did. I ran two loads. At the beginning of August, I ran a load down to Florida, and I brought a load back. And then I had like a couple days before they were flying out, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to find a load up there. It'd be better to get paid to go up there for the wedding and time off than to pay money flying out there and lose money. I found a load literally the day before they were leaving. It was crazy, and it was like God just has a sense of humor. Is all I gotta say. Because where the load was at was literally like a mile away from the airport. So I took my wife and kid down to the airport. We spent the night. I took them to the airport to fly out 4 o'clock in the morning the next morning. And then I went and picked up the load. They flew out. And then I left for Alaska with the load. And then it was supposed to be 2 weeks. I only got 10 days and I had to get back to it. So August was okay. I broke even trying to just catch up on bills for the bad month of June and July. And then obviously we're in September now. And I'm still kind of playing catch up. But I'm caught up a lot more than where I was at when I got into the truck. I'm currently driving, like I said, in Canada right now. I'm headed back from Alaska to back home. Alaska is basically going to be one of my main lanes. Keep the wheels spinning and the beavers grinning. I have never heard that one before. Is that a Canada thing? Beavers? Hope you make a lot of money in October. Oh, dude. I have to, because I made a good chunk of change going up to Alaska, which helped me catch up on bills. But I'm still not caught up. And I'm running into insurance issues now, which is just horrible. I can go more into that detail here later. It's horrible. So I haven't been on the load boards since the end of July, which is awesome. I haven't gotten on the load boards since the end of July. It's great. I'm running a bunch of direct customer loads back and forth up to Alaska, and then I got a broker who I found through the load boards a couple months ago, and he keeps giving me loads, so I don't have to do anything on load boards anymore. It's great. So I've done 2 loads up to Alaska. I have 4 more to do. Like, time crunch right now from now until October, the end of October, is crazy. Like, I have a lot to do. That's why I've just, like, when I said in that short video that I've been busy, like, I'm exhausted. Like, I hate to even show you this, guys. Obviously, you guys see me spitting. I picked up this habit again. I hate to even say that, but I picked this habit up again after 6 years of being tobacco free. Nothing was keeping me awake on these roads. Like, I've been running hard. Like, I haven't been home. I got that 10 days off in August for the wedding and to see the in-laws, but that's it. I've been home just to stop, get my clothes washed, blankets washed, say hi to the wife and kid, and go. And that's the life. And I mean, you guys should know this, right? The trucking life. You're just going to be running hard, and that's what I've been doing. I've been super busy and exhausted. Like right now, since I don't have my trailer behind me, I'm running bobtail down back home to get a different trailer. I left my trailer up in Alaska to get loaded up. I'm gonna go get a different trailer and take that back up. So I'm not running any hours of service right now since I'm not on a load. I'm privately driving home to go home, and I made a Facebook post yesterday or last night when I was in a little town that had service, trying to sell my gooseneck trailer because my hotshot truck got sold. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get a different trailer, picking up the hotshot truck, and I'm dragging it up to Alaska, selling that, and then that's when I'll be back to actually doing commercial work. So I'm going to be, I've had 8 hours of sleep in the past 30 hours. I'm exhausted. Like I've driven 1,000 miles with no sleep. I'm tired. Smokey and the Bandit. I'm embarrassed. I didn't catch that. I'm sorry. It's embarrassing. I haven't seen that since I was young. I need to watch that again now that you brought that up. But yeah, it's really hard when you got all this going on. I'm tired to like put videos together, and I have a video put together. I just gotta fine tune it and then post it. I don't know if you guys know her. Her name is on like her social media name. I don't know her real name because I've never met her. Hotshot Adventures on TikTok and YouTube. Like she's big. Like she was one of the few that I started watching when I first got into the hotshot game. You know, there's a few others, but she was one of them because she's very informative. Like her videos are great. Like a lot of people have been giving her a lot of crap lately, but like she's super sweet, super friendly. But she just ran an Alaska load, and we actually got to cross paths. Like we were like not messaging, but like I was commenting on her YouTube channel, like giving her advice and tips on going through the border, all the ports, like the roads and everything, because I've driven this 100 times. And like I think she was appreciating because she kept, responding and stuff like that. And she was in Fort Nelson, British Columbia, when I was just getting into British Columbia, and I was like, hey, maybe we're gonna stop somewhere to like meet up and say hi, but unfortunately we were going to. I wasn't gonna be able to see her in Fort Nelson, but I guess she had some issues where she had to get to Fort St. John and get parks. So we crossed paths. I got to see there. I don't know what kind of rig it is. It's like an in-between of a pickup and a semi. So like, I don't know. Are you a truck driver? I don't even know if they'd call me that. I'm not a truck driver. I'm not a truck driver. I'm a truck driver. So it was really cool to like cross paths with somebody that you were watching at the very beginning. It's kind of like the same reactions, like the interactions I've had, like when I crossed paths with, I forget his name, and I feel really bad forgetting his name, but we crossed paths in Texas, and we both stopped, we pulled over, and we met up in the meeting and got talking, meeting stuff. So, I mean, that's how it felt to me. Like, I was like, oh, cool. But anyways, just to get back to kind of like how busy I've been and why I've been posting, but that's it. I've just been running hard miles. And plus, you guys know, hotshot's a little bit more entertaining. Like, you guys get to see the loads. You guys get to watch like them, like get the stuff strapped down. Like to me, it's more entertaining to watch somebody in hotshot on YouTube than somebody like me. I hate to even say that, but somebody like me with a van trailer, because I literally get loaded. I put 2 load bars up and I go. You get me in the cab just talking. So I'm really trying. I'm trying my hardest to like give you guys some good content. I feel like the video I'm going to be posting here soon is going to be okay. It's my run from Alaska in August, and it's probably going to be all the way up until probably this trip. So it's going to be it's a lot of editing. Is why it's taking so long. I'm going to put in I ended the video a long time ago, like a few days ago, but I might add last night's entertainment in to the video. I've always seen them like on posts and stuff. Like I've seen like the people on the side of the road with their trucks on fire. Yeah, that happened last night. I came across somebody's vehicle on fire, and I was middle of nowhere, Canada, and I luckily came across when it first started, and it was too late. It was too late to, try to even extinguish it, but I let the guy jump in the truck with me. We ran down the road till he got service. He called 911. So I'll stop there so you guys can watch it in the video. But it's gonna be busy. Like I said, I got 4 more loads to do up to Alaska and back. And my second last load, I'm spending a lot of time in no service, so it's just really hard to do content. But like I was saying, the first week of October, I'm going to get my van trailer, bringing it back down, and then the second week of October, I'm doing that broker load. It's once a month, and it pays so good. I got a really good gig. So I'm gonna have 2 lanes. Right now, currently I'm gonna only have 2 lanes, which is fine with me. It's Alaska and Florida. One corner of the country down to the other corner of the country. But if it keeps me off the load boards, I'm happy with it. And then after that load I take up to Alaska the second week of October, I'm going to run a few Florida loads, and I'm taking all of November off because that's when my wife is due. The due date for her is like November 18th. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that my wife was pregnant. But I mean, 9 months later, here you go. I'm gonna have another kid. So I don't want to miss that at all. So I'm just gonna take off all of November. That way I'm home. I can help her out with, before the baby comes, and then help her as much as I can when the baby does come. And then December I'll start running again. I might have to take that one load in November for my broker, and then in December again for my broker, and then maybe a couple more loads. And then January I'm taking a vacation. Me and my family we're going on vacation. I need to take some time off. I don't want to get burnt out, and I feel like if I don't take some really good time off away from stuff, I'm gonna get burnt out. I'm running way too hard, trying to just. So that's the plan. All of it. That's where I've been. How I've been with the semi setup so far. Playing a lot of catch up. We're back to basically caught up, and then we should be getting good and ahead of ourselves towards the end of the year for taxes and all that good stuff, and being able to slow down and take some time off. My goal is, my real goal is to work to where I can just do all spring and summer and fall and take all winter off. That's my goal. But anyways, there's that. I really hope you guys are doing well. I feel really bad keeping you guys in the dark and not hearing from you guys and seeing how you guys are doing. But the trailer, the second trailer I'm trying to get right now is a flatbed. I'm not going to buy it because it's not the trailer I want. I'm leaning towards like a step deck or a Conestoga curtain side. The trailer I'm going to go rent is just a flatbed, a 48 footer, and I don't know. I'll see how it is, how I like it. I really prefer a step deck with ramps, but those are hard to find. I still got that hot shot flatbed blood in me. I really. I'm alive, yes. I'm alive. How you doing, Jack? I thought I'd jump on here and just let everybody know where I've been. I didn't even notice that you put misses. Jack misses me. No, you just put it that way. Jack misses me. But, how you been? How's it? We got 5 in here. How y'all been? What y'all been up to? Dude, step deck is my goal, honestly. I just think it's better. That way you can do higher loads. You don't have to worry about oversize. There's just a lot more options you can do. Because it's still a flatbed, but it's just lower. It's great. It's kind of like the hot shot trailers. My hot shot trailer is only 2.5 feet off the ground at the highest point. It was great. These guys earlier, Jack, that I'm bobtailing home right now from Alaska, and I'm on a private run right now. So I drove a little over 700 miles the first night, got really tired, slept for 8 hours, got back up, and I've been driving ever since. I'm at 1,007 miles right now, non-stop. I'm in a hot shot now, hoping to get a semi-super Grand tank for 10 years. I love the hot shot stuff, step deck. And bless your heart, bro, for doing 10 years of tankers. I did a year in it, and I couldn't do it. It's not like I was hard. I mean, tankers is, I don't know, it takes a little bit of brain. I definitely worked with some people that should not have been working with tankers. I don't know how nothing blew up, but nothing did, thankfully. But the fumes, man, the fumes ate at my skin. They really tore my skin up. And I already have really bad skin issues, as you guys know, with my eczema and psoriasis. So I couldn't do it anymore. But There's a few of you guys that are out there that are doing hot shot that are going to jump into a truck, and I'm super excited for you guys. Donnie Dyer. He's going to get into a semi. You're going to get into a semi, dude. It's so much better. Like, hot shot, I hate to say it, but hot shot's kind of dying off, man. The rates aren't good. It's oversaturated. Especially if you live in the West Coast. It's just not good. If you live in the East Coast, it's pretty good. It's still okay. But West Coast, it's just not good. So semi, there's way more loads. You're not going to be under $2 a mile at all, which it's not great, but it's still better than what these other rates for hot shot are. Did you film it for us? Yeah, I got a few videos in to put in with this video I'm going to be posting here soon. That's the reason my video hasn't been posted this week. I was telling them earlier that I've been in no service, so I just couldn't post it. So I'm gonna add to it now and just kind of fine tune everything. Dude, yes, it messed with my eyes bad. Dude, yeah, especially the eyes. My dad ran with me and he was now going blind and dude, that's sad to hear. I'm sorry, man. There's always something in each kind of like area of trucking that's gonna like kind of mess with you. Yeah, tankers, dude. The fumes will they'll do a lot of damage to you. And a lot of people don't realize that or know that, but when you're sitting on top of a tanker with the lid open and the fumes are just pouring out, we have to sit there. Well, I have to sit there and watch it. We didn't have fancy equipment to like the up and head out, whatever that's called. I don't remember what it's called. I was driving for an airport, so I ran our little fuel farm on top of pulling doubles and tankers, fueling airplanes, military airplanes, and filling gas. It was crazy. I didn't get paid good. Really bad. They worked me to death though. Paycheck to get paid $1,500. That's a whole different story. I don't want to go into that. I'm based in Cleveland, Ohio. It's pretty good around, dude. Ohio, yeah, right there in the Midwest. I don't know why my connection keeps cutting out. I have 3 bars 5G. I don't know what's going on. Welcome to Canada. She's running good. There's a few things I got to get fixed on her. I really need to do an oil change. So when I get home, this will be one of the first things I do before I head back out is an oil change. Eventually I need to get tires and brakes done, and that should be about it. Everything else is running good. The day I went and picked her up from the dealership, the check engine light came on and it freaked me out. And I was like, I don't need this to happen to me right off the bat. And so I contacted the dealership. They're like, well, just go get the codes ran and tell us what it is and whatever. If it's something that needs to get fixed, we get fixed. And so I got the codes ran, and it's the no idea what's going on with the service. I have internet. I mean, not internet. I'm so sorry, you guys. But I'm gonna get the truck deleted here soon. Probably the next couple weeks. It's gonna get deleted. There's a lot of work going to be happening in this truck, guys. It's a different looking truck, even though you've only seen it like once or twice, like 2 videos. It's going to be a completely different looking truck here in the next couple months. We had to load a trailer by marker, stand up top for 45 minutes. Yes! And the asphalt stuff, so I didn't still did. You're still up on top of those tanks, taking it all in, getting it absorbed into your skin, breathing it into your lungs. Like, I'm surprised your dad doesn't have bad lungs as he does. Breathing it in for that long, all those years. Like, when I tell you I worked with a bunch of like kids that should not have been just from Minnesota. I drove tankers up in Alaska, and they at the airport, and the kid he actually applied while he was still living in Minnesota, and moved up there. And when he got hired, he would literally have his head down in like the hole, watching the fuel. Whenever like me or somebody else was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "I love the smell of fuel." You're not gonna love it in the next 15 years, 20 years. And then during like the snowy season, when you have to like kind of chip away the ice to get the lids open, that dude he wasn't even hitting ice, he was hitting the actual metal with the lid open. So I don't know, I'm just so thankful no sparks happened and the tanks didn't blow up. I know it's more dangerous when they're empty, but still, I'm just glad I wasn't on top of that tank. One of my other buddies was. He jumped off. He was terrified. So yeah, that's the people that I was working with that exercise had to get out of it. Have you seen Pittsburgh Power and their oil system stuff? What does the I haven't. I don't know anything about that. You're gonna have to kind of explain a little about that. The truck has an ISX that comes in it. 485 horsepower. It's geared at 320 something. I told him, I was like, I don't know what the gearing is to my truck. It's not. Got his computer hooked into my computer, and he found out the gearing for me. And I know it's somewhere up there in the 3s because of how good it pulls. But so my truck isn't governed, but it has the factory governor on there. Well, he did a little magic. He got rid of my factory governor, so my truck can do 120 now. It's great. I'm not saying that I'll ever do that or it ever could, but basically I have no more governor. It's great. Dude has a death wish. I'm surprised he's still alive, but he's no longer. I don't think he's feeling anymore. I think he's finally with the crews and flying planes. So. I was gonna pull over and take a cat nap, but I don't know. I feel like if I take a cat nap, I'm gonna sleep for like 8 hours, so I probably should probably just keep going. Perfect, it's hard to type it all now, but I'll do my best. I know, dude, I'm asking you to do a lot, to be honest. Pittsburgh Power is a huge diesel shop. They have an oil bypass system, get oil samples on everyone, and add what to do. Oh, wow. Assuming it's based out of Pennsylvania, if it's called Pittsburgh Power. Maybe not, I don't know. The owner has a radio show with Kevin Rutherford and tells all about it. Wait. to look into it, see if I'm near any, out of Wyoming. If I'm anywhere near one, I'll have to look into that, man. I had no idea. Shop, does it have like parts and stuff? So I'm looking for a certain exhaust kit that's really hard to find. Like I reached out to the big companies like Graney's and Iowa 80 and everything, and they don't have it. So I'll have to when I reach out to them or like look them up and stuff, see if I'm anywhere near one. How's Hot Shot going? Winter's coming, bro. You ready to throw some straps in the cold? Get home, I gotta do my oil change. I gotta put the new starter. So I don't know if you guys remember one of my videos when I was kind of like stranded. The truck wasn't starting, and I thought it was the batteries, and then I found out it was the starter. Well, the truck's dead now. Like this, it won't even. The starter is so bad. So I gotta get the starter replaced, and then. I have to get the shocks replaced for the new owner. I don't have to, but I'm not gonna give him a truck that I used for commercial work. I put 75,000 miles in that truck in 6 months. I think it was less than that, 6 months. From like the middle of December till the middle of June. So yeah, 6 months, 7 months, whatever it was. So it was hard miles on that truck. So I told him, I was like, if I have time, I'll put the shocks on. If not, I'll just have them in the truck for you when it gets there, and then you guys can deal with it. Because I really gotta get going. I gotta get a few things done and boogie back up to Alaska. So I should get home tomorrow morning, and then have Tuesday off to get stuff done. Finish up Wednesday, leave probably Wednesday night, Thursday morning, so I'm not going to have much time at home. Hot Shot's great, man, heading to Iowa now. Heck yeah, dude. With a load or to go get a load? If you have an email you can share, I'll send you all the stuff about the place and what they have. Yeah, I don't think I have one connected to my YouTube. I don't know if it's on there or not. I know my phone number, I think, is because I've had somebody call me for off of YouTube. I'm assuming that's where it's from because I don't know how else they ever got it. But you could, well, I don't know if you're able to write anything down or I guess you could type it. It's PFC as in private first class, then sailor23 at yahoo.com. That's like my main Florida's nice because it's the fastest speed limit, but it's so ugly. I might as well be in Nebraska. I mean, there's more trees, but it's all flat. There's a lot of hotshot loads up here right now, Jack, in Alaska. Like when I had my hotshot and I was looking for Alaska loads, so there was none. But like I jump on, like I jump on the load board just for the fun of it. Just I don't know, it's like a memory, muscle memory, I guess is what you could say. Just to see like an hotshot and stuff. And yesterday, not yesterday, before I left on Saturday, I looked for the fun of it. There was like 6 hotshot loads going south, and they were priced pretty good for going south off the load boards. I was like, where was that when I had a hotshot? Like $3 to $4 grand to go south, which is insane. I think it's insane. Me knowing what the rates should be, how they are for Alaska, I think that's crazy. The email, I got the first part. Yeah, it's sorry, I should have taken that a little slower. PFC as in private first class, and then Sailor, SAYLER 23 at yahoo.com. Dude, it's so easy. It's so easy. If you have your passport, that's like the biggest thing. That's like all you really need. And then obviously you got to be a bonded carrier, but that's easy too. You just got to go to the Canada Revenue Agency, like online, or call them. Tell them you're looking to become a bonded. Those are some bumps right there. Tell them you're looking to become a bonded carrier. I don't know if you want to take loads into Canada, but I don't. They don't. Canada loads don't pay nothing. It's not worth it. Just tell them you're looking to become a bonded carrier to go to Alaska and back. That's it. And then they get you. I forget how much it costs. It's really not a lot. Really not a lot to become. Like to get your carrier code or whatever they call it. I think that's what it's called, carrier code. And it usually takes, it's supposed to take like a week or two before you get your code, but what I was told and what I did, the lady was like, it's going to take a while, but if you're in a rush to get it, since you're in the commercial industry, give it a day or two, call it back and tell them that you need to rush the process. Tell them that. And so I did that. I called a couple days later and said I need to rush the process to get my carrier code. And he'll ask you why. He's like, well, why do you need to rush it? Why do you need to skip the line? I'm like, because I'm a commercial carrier who's trying to get loads up there that they got deadlines. I got it that day. So, and that's it. That's all you need. Like everybody's like always out there saying, you gotta be bonded, you gotta do this. No, you don't. You gotta be bonded if you're constantly running it. I'm gonna be constantly running Alaska loads, and I'm not gonna become bonded unless I can get a better deal. Well, all you gotta do, I'll have to get the forms and show you. The CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, for free sends you this thick packet of the forms for free. It's crazy. Like it's so easy, and it's like I don't know. I think people like to gatekeep, and they'll tell you this stuff like it's so hard, it's so expensive. No. They send you the packet of the forms, or you can even go to the border where I highly advise, if you ever get to the point where you take an Alaska load, go to the Montana border of Sweetgrass, Montana, and Coutts, Alberta. That is the easiest port to get through. Commercial or not, easiest port. Very nice people. I had the forms, but the guy took his own form, the same form, and like showed me how to fill it out. Like they have the forms there. He showed me how to fill it out. He filled it out, and then he sent me off. There's why I also say go to the Coutts, Alberta port of entries, because there's a brokerage there for a bond. And when I say you don't have to be a bonded carrier, I mean you don't have to be like a annually bonded carrier. You still have to get a bond. So I always go to that port of entry, and I check in. They check the paperwork, all that good stuff, and then they're like, are you a bonded carrier? I'm like, no, I need to go up to the H&H Smith brokerage. He's like, oh, so you've done this before? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, go for it. You go up there, you tell them you got a load, you're taking to Alaska, you get a single trip permit. That's all it is, a single trip bond. And my highest paying load I've taken to Alaska, not like getting paid, but like what the value of the cargo was almost $200,000. And the bond cost me $1,000, but that included the deposit. There on the bond. So I'm giving you like a lot of information right now. I wasn't planning on like in this live doing this, but I feel like it's pretty good information. The bond, the single trip bond, you pay the bond and then you pay a deposit. So the bond can, like for that trip, for that high of a load, high pay load, a high value cargo load was only $1,000. It was a $400 deposit or $600 deposit and a $400 bond. So you pay the $1,000, you get cleared, all the good stuff, and then you go up into Alaska. And when you cross the border from Canada into Alaska, when you check in at the border there, they look over your paperwork, your passport. You pay like a $14 transport fee, and then they stamp your paperwork. And what I do when I go back out to my truck, I take a picture of the paperwork and then you email it back to that brokerage, and they send you your deposit back. So you get your $600 or whatever back. It's so easy. Like so, $400. Like these last two trips I've done, the last one before this one was $600. This one was $700. But they were both $400 deposits. So it was like a $200, $300, $200, and then a $300 bond. Super easy. Thanks. I'll send you the site. Let me catch up here while I'm going. Just slow down in the town. I watched the video about getting everything set up for Canada. I have lots of stuff in the boards around the Great Lakes crossing the border. See? It'd probably be something good to do, man. And it's probably the same process. I've never brought anything back yet from Alaska, so I'm assuming it would be the same thing. You'd pay the bond to go deliver the load, and you come back and they'll stamp it again at the border in Canada to the lower 48, and then you get your deposit back. I'm sure that's the same exact. I'm sure it is. Dude, thank you. It's great info. I love it. Hey, man, you're welcome. I'd rather have I'd rather have, Americans get these loads. I hate to, I don't want to sound rude and nasty about it, but there's a lot of foreigners who, in Canada, like the Canadian residents who will run down the lower 48, grab the freight, and go up there. And the Alaska trucker drivers don't like them. Their trucks aren't really built for Alaska, so they really mess everything up, and they get stuck on the hills and stuff. So I'd rather have. That sounds kind of mean. I should probably take that back. Like, I try to be friendly. I try to be friendly to everybody. But when I've had my fair share of run-ins with the foreigners, they've always been really nasty to me. The road's bad in Alaska. So Alberta right now, I'll tell you right now, Alberta's roads are they're two-way highway. It's a four-way highway. Two going, one way, two going the other way. And I'm not a fan of their condition. That Alberta really needs to fix this highway. It's pretty bad. British Columbia, for being out there in the cold, permafrosty landscape, it's actually in really good condition, and they're actually rebuilding a lot of it right now. So here in the next couple months, it's going to be prime condition. The Yukon is pretty smooth. Alaska has a lot of permafrost. Their roads are either really ate up, or they're really windy from during the summers where the ground will get soft and it'll melt down, and then in the wintertime it'll freeze back up. So that creates all of these frost heaves and stuff. The road from, you can probably pull this up on your maps later, the road from Destruction Bay, Yukon to Tok, Alaska, that's the first city, what do you call a city? It's a little tiny town. The first town you get into Alaska, it's 300 miles. Absolutely horrible. The permafrost is so bad that they don't even fix the roads. When it gets really, really, really bad, they'll go out there, they'll kind of tear up all the asphalt, kind of level out the dirt, and then good luck. We'll wait till it happens again. But it's really bad. In Alaska, when you get into Alaska, they just, from the border, I think they've only done half of it, so it's like 80 miles, or 60 miles right now of them that they finished. Last year, I'm gonna tell you right now, that brand new road already tore up. It doesn't last. But once you pass Tok, it's good. It's pretty smooth. It's just that 300 miles, the last 200 in the Yukon and the first 100 in Alaska it's rough, dude. It's rough. I have videos. You'll get to see them in this next video I post. That's sad. We all just need to get along. We all just go home to our families. I believe it's always me. Yep. I try to be, man. It's just that every time I have a run-in with them, I don't know what it is. I don't know, they just don't like Americans or something. The craziest interaction I had with one is I was waiting in line at the scale, and he got done scaling. He pulls up, and I pull on the scale. He parked in front of the scale. And by the time he got the truck to go into the store, I was already done getting scaled out. And so like, I get out and I was like, hey, move, dude, you gotta move, man. You can't park in front of the scale. Like, even the lady at the cat scale, I mean, every single cat scale, the ladies or the guys will tell you, all right, we got you, move forward and go park away from, like, they always say that, park away from the cat scale, right? No. This guy didn't, and he didn't care. He just looked at me and kept on going, and he went and shopped for like 15 minutes, dude. I was getting so mad. And he comes out and he flipped me off. He didn't care, and he had a radio, and I was like, "You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to pull up off the scale already." I put up the CB. And he said, "I'm not gonna say it on here, but it wasn't nice." So like I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but the ones not in the trucking industry are pretty nice. I like them. I really like them. Like every time I go to the stores here in Canada, they always call me what do they call me? Buddy. I think Buddy's one of them, and then something else. Every time you check out at like the 7-Elevens or whatever up here, the Petro Canadas and the Flying J's, the few Flying J's up here are actually like connected with Shell. They're always nice. I just think it's the ones that are in the trucking industry. They're just like, I don't know, they think they're superior and above like everybody else. It's crazy. I'll send you the email and check into when you get stopped today. You know I will. Dude, this last trip, going up and coming back down was pretty. It'll help out the video to make it a little bit more entertaining. Last night was crazy. I got a little bit on camera. I was too busy helping the people out, but I got a little bit on camera. Yeah, I'm excited to post this video. It should be a good one. Should be. I hope so. Joe got a Canadian driver do the same thing to me at a fuel island 2 years ago at the Loves and Lodi. Dude wanted to fight me because I asked him to. I don't know what it is. Not even it's not even all the time Canadian drivers that are doing that. I don't know what it is about parking at the fuel island. It's like this video that I saw a couple days ago that went viral. I actually think I saw it on Instagram. This guy parked his truck in the fuel island, got out and went and walked his dogs. And the driver behind him got out and was like, "You need to move, dude. You can't do this. You can't park in the fuel island. There's parking spots literally all over right here." And like the dude had a pit bull. I think it was a pit bull. It looked like one. I don't remember. I think it was. There's one of those dogs, one of those ones that like are known to have the bad rep. It's not the dog's fault. It's the owner's fault. But anyways, he was sicking the dog on the driver. Like he was, and the dog almost bit him like up on the chest because the dog lunged forward and like he was holding him up. Almost got him. And this driver had a gun on him. I couldn't believe that. The guy that was behind waiting for the fuel line and got out to like say something, he like went to pull the gun, but he didn't, and he put it back in, and then like the guy with the dog with his wife were all playing the victim card. Then, did you see that? He pulled a gun. He's gonna shoot us. He wasn't gonna shoot you. He never left the holster. It was really in self-defense because the dog, you sicked your dog on him, dude. All over because you're parked in the fuel line. If you just don't park in the fuel island, you won't have those kind of situations. But that was a crazy video to watch. Sorry, it isn't important for call if you guys are scared. Now I know where I left off. Something I kind of want to show you guys, but I really want to wait until a video. Like, it's killing me not to show you. You can see a little bit. I can do this right there. It doesn't really give you a good indicator of what that is. I got a semi. There's probably pictures of the road. Yes, I was at Linden. The other day. I'll be up there in Alaska 4 more times. I gotta run south with Tanner. We convoyed together. That was cool. Thanks, man. How you doing? How you been? Where are you at nowadays? Cut this live soon, guys. My phone's about to die. Man, going live really kills your battery. I had this charged at least 60% before I started, and I can't charge it because I broke my phone mount. That's supposed to be right where the phone is, but it broke. So I might have to just end this video. I appreciate you guys hanging out, chit-chatting with me. Jack, I hope your trip to Iowa goes well. And I'll get this video posted as soon as I possibly can, guys. I'm sorry I'm behind. There's no service up here in Canada. Not very much, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, I'll chit-chat with y'all later.